Hello, everybody. Welcome to today's session of Ask Octopus, where I'll be answering your interesting questions. Today, I have Bob and Ryan. Hey, guys, how are you today?
Doing good. How are you doing today?
I'm good. It's Friday. Always good on a Friday. I've got a really good topic today as well. So I'm really excited to follow it. So, Ryan,
I think you're on mute, my man.
I think.
My bad. I was on mute. I was on mute because I didn't want to interrupt anything.
Are you good then?
Yeah, I'm good now. Sorry.
Okay. Right, so today I'm actually going to be talking about a recent blog post. No fancy demo today, unfortunately. I thought what I wanted to do was really just share a quick update with Octopus, with our recent version of LTS version, which is on 2019 version 3. That's the last version that's going to support Server 2008. What that basically means is if you're still running Server 2008, you will need to either do an in-place upgrade or look at moving your Octopus server over. Bob, Ryan, do you guys have many clients that are still on 2008?
I hope not. I haven't talked to anybody that I've talked to recently that's still in 2008. It is now a 10-plus-year-old operating system.
Yeah, I don't know of anybody specifically. So if it has, it just hasn't come up in conversation. But that is a good thing for us to reach out and ask if we don't know.
Yeah, I think so. This is one of the reasons why I wanted to record this, because I've got one customer who's still running it on, and obviously I'm going to be working with them to get this over. But the great thing is I've done an in-place upgrade, so you can go from 2008 to 2008 R2, which will be supported. So with that, you'll be able to do that in-place upgrade. I would probably use it as a time, if you can, to migrate over to maybe something a bit newer, maybe 2012 R2 or 2016. Or for some of the braver ones, even on 2019. I've got a couple of customers running it on that one. But what also does it mean? The good thing is that it won't actually affect your deployment targets. You'll still be able to continue deploying to 2008 VMs. So with that, there's no issue there. You'll be able to. It's just the server portion of it. And to be honest, and with that, we did do moving your Octopus server and database Ask Octopus session recently. I would recommend checking that out if you are going to be moving this over. And one thing is to be aware of is if you're on server, this shouldn't really affect your SQL server as long as you're running something a bit newer as well. So from there, you might not have to do that. But what I do is check in the links, and there'll be some useful links for you, whether you go for the migration of the just the server or that and the database as well. The more interesting thing that I think is awesome is Octopus on Linux. I'm really buzzing about this, guys. I'm really, really excited. I still think it's a little bit crazy. It's still to me, but I still think it's awesome. I'm really excited, and also with that is we're also going to be doing a Linux tentacle as well. And so with that, we're already doing it just now in Octopus V2. And with that, we're going to be releasing it to the general public soon as well. And one of the things I would like to point out is we do have, jump onto our community Slack. It's octopus.com/Slack, where we also have a Linux Tentacle channel there that's dedicated. Jump in. If you're interested in getting early access, that's definitely something. How are you guys finding it? You getting a lot of customers who are interested in on that?
Yeah, quite a few. I'm actually I'm in the same boat as you. I'm pretty interested because I've got a few ideas to test out once that Linux Tentacle launches.
That's. I know a lot of the customers that I talk to. They're pretty big, and so they have a lot of Windows machines and they have a lot of Linux machines, and so the SSH, opening up the SSH port is for some of them, it's kind of like a bit of a no-go. It's a little bit of a hurdle to kind of walk through that. But once we have that tentacle, they feel much more comfortable about it. So yeah, I'm pretty excited to see that. The server piece is interesting for me because I haven't really thought about running Octopus on like the Octopus server on Linux itself. But to me, that means it's going to be better support for running in a Docker image if it's on Linux. And that opens up all kinds of interesting things then.
Yeah, I've got a few Raspberry Pis that I think I'm gonna see if I can run a full Octopus server on a Raspberry Pi.
That sounds doable. It sounds doable. I've got mine. I'm going to have to look at my Raspberry Pi as well. I'm just really excited because you're getting more people who are now just running pure Linux as well. And quite often, you start one Windows VM, and I just think it's going to be. I'm just really excited. It's just, yeah, I think it's going to be really useful. I think, as we go, it's going to mean, and obviously some of the stuff that we have spoken about recently about spin up, tear downs, it's going to make that a lot easier as well.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And so just as an FYI for most people, it's what we're working on is we are moving from the .NET framework over to .NET Core. That's why we can run Octopus on Linux. So there's a bit of work that's involved behind the scenes to get all that to work, because there's a lot of some low level things that the Octopus server was doing that it's kind of had to, let's say, work around, but just apply the .NET Core version to that. So it's not like we ported everything over to, say, C++ or something.
But yeah, that's it. That's it. I'm just really looking forward to it. I think it would just give us, because obviously most CI/CD tools should be across both stacks as well. So I think like that, I'm really looking forward to it, seeing what people are doing with it. But that's it for today's session. If you do have any questions, please do get in touch. Just submit it at hello.octopus.com/askoctopus. Email us on support@octopus.com, and please do get on the community Slack, and if you jump in there, ask any questions you want, and if you are interested, there are obviously some Linux-based channels there as well. But Bob and Ryan, thank you very much for joining me today, and have a great day, everybody.
Yeah, thanks, Derek.
Yeah, thank you, Derek.